Thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com, home of technical analysis education in both the stock market and cryptocurrency worlds. See the links in the description of this video for more information on our two courses, Entries and Exits on the Fundamentals of Technical Analysis, as well as our new course on Trading Cryptocurrency Strategy. Purchase both and receive a 20% off bundle discount. Thanks for checking us out. Let's get on to the technical analysis. Hello everyone, going to keep it short and sweet tonight as there's not a whole lot of action going on. You can see the daily time frame for Bitcoin. We just switched over the candlestick, so just a half hour of trading in this current candlestick. But we're just seeing healthy short consolidation, and it's an inside bar yesterday, so we're watching that range for today. Tight trading. Looking on the 4-hour time frame, we can see we're just in a pattern where we hit our high, pulled back, hit a low, lower high, still a higher low, so just a tightening pattern. This has played out over a significant amount of time, so there's not a ton of volatility right now, and that is when we slow down our trading if we're day traders, so we're not over trading in scenarios that aren't favorable for significant moves. When you can see one 4-hour candlestick and we see a $200 move, and then we only see $100 move over the next, let's see, 32 hours, we definitely need to change the game plan. So on the hourly time frame here for Bitcoin, we have our higher low still in place. There was a bull flag I was watching. This is what I drew earlier, where we just had resistance levels and support and a healthy 1-hour channel. And on the 4-hour time frame, you can see it looked like a little bull flag pattern. I usually like recognizing them on the longer term time frames when there's less candles, and then I zoom in for more detail and then try and draw them in that parallel channel. It's just more visually easy for me to recognize on shorter term time frames and then zoom in. So we did have a bull break there, and we had a 4-hour bull move. I did make a trade in Litecoin this morning during this time period, and then we pulled back, and we still have that low of support at 38.54. That's a level that I'm watching that the bulls need to hold to stay in control. And we're watching this resistance, a lower high form. The bulls unable to get through 360 or 39.60 and 39.58.51. So really a little double top at 39.60, and then it was a lower high compared to 39.69. So three tops all within a $10 range over the past day and a half. And we're just in the middle of that and that support and just watching it play out. So Ethereum on the daily time frame, seeing that same tight candlestick. Ethereum really slowed down today, and it was clearly the weakest name of the three, and that was allowing Bitcoin to play a little catch up because Ethereum was stronger a couple days ago. Not the case today, where we had that morning breakout. Litecoin was the strongest, Bitcoin was second, and Ethereum was the weakest. So we have an inside bar on the daily time frame here as well. Zooming into the 4-hour, we can see we did get a little higher high there. It's a bit more clear, not so much of a double top, but you zoom back and there is still resistance back here. So this is where Bitcoin couldn't break, and this was 294.89 and 294.76. So we got over that level, but we do still have resistances from here into the low 300 level. And the support that we just bounced off of is 286. Bulls are trying to hold that as the higher low and head back up towards that resistance of 296.50. So you remember back in the day, just a couple months ago, when we would see a $10 move in Ethereum in literally seconds. And I think back on those days with great nostalgia. But we have that same range right now in a 32-hour time frame. So it's just such a completely different trading environment. And we'll get volatility again, but don't know if we'll ever see what we saw the start of 2017 through the mid-2017 here. So Litecoin, let's see, I got all Ethereum details there. The hourly is what the hourly is looking like. So that's that support and have to break the lower high pattern. Right now I'm looking at resistance of 290.74 and then 294.91. So on Litecoin has a higher high, so it's not an inside bar in the daily, and that's because we had a more bullish day today. So the 4-hour, we have the breakout and then consolidation. It's just a much different shape. You saw those other two 4-hour charts, and they both look similar to each other, where it is a lower high and a tightening range, and Ethereum got a slight higher high, but you look at Litecoin, and that's a very significant, bullish consolidation, bull break, and still healthy consolidation again on declining bear volume. So the big upper wick and bearish reversal candlestick was clear that profit taking was going on. On the hourly time frame, we had another bull flag that I was watching this morning, and we made a bull break, and I actually entered on this hourly candlestick when we were getting above this downtrend resistance line, and we got over this high, and we saw a significant follow through. So right now this is healthy. This is very healthy consolidation where it's prolonged in terms of how long it's taking, but we're not giving back a ton of the gains that we did see this morning. And this support right now is 51.50 that I'm watching, and that is the low of that pullback. Can get rid of these bull flags there. And we'll see if the bulls can form that higher low. And I'm watching for a break of the 15-minute time frame. It's a very clear lower high, lower low pattern on the 15-minute. And we are looking for this to shift to indicate that the higher low on the hourly time frame has been formed. And that's not the case yet because we just hit a lower low. So earlier this morning, I made my entry. These are the 15-minute candlesticks. I made my entries on these two candlesticks right here. And then the bull volume showed up and a huge move up. I sold early on the way up because I didn't anticipate this kind of strength. The 5-minute RSI was at 50 on the, or it was at 90 on the 5-minute time frame. And here on the 15-minute time frame, it was up in the upper 80s as well. So I sold on the way up on this candlestick here, and I did miss this big push up. And in hindsight, I went back and reviewed, how I could have looked for clues that we were going to see this kind of strong move with such high RSI levels. And it really happened almost in the minute after I sold. I realized what was likely to occur and what ended up playing out, where we had Bitcoin breaking out. Obviously, we know there's that correlation, but Bitcoin took longer to break out. And so Litecoin was already mid-breakout when Bitcoin started this bull move. And so then that correlation just picked it up, and that's where we got this little extra push for 10 minutes. And it was a clear volume climax on the 15-minute time frame. And again, that's just a thing, something you'll get a feel for to estimate that volume climax, because you look back and you can compare it to the highest volume that we've seen on the 15-minute candlesticks over the last many hours in a row. And, once this candlestick is already a couple 100% above how much volume we saw in the other high candlesticks, you know that if we were going to see another candlestick of even higher volume, we would have to see a $3 move to the upside. And that's not going to happen without significant fundamental news backing Litecoin up to make that move occur, because the volume and the indicators are so maxed out that there's no way we're going to continue with more volume from that point without some very significant buying power going on. So we ended up pulling back from there. Again, healthy at this point, just waiting patiently. If I could choose a name to be playing, it would be Litecoin, and I can choose. That's the fortunate freedom we have. So Litecoin would be the top of my list, but I don't have anything standing out to me that's going to make me, diligently watch tonight. I'll keep an eye on this 15-minute time frame for a clear reversal, and then the stop level will be clear at the low of this consolidation up to that point. But other than that, we'll see what tomorrow brings, and looking for a break of the inside bars on the daily time frame to give us that indication for what direction to be looking. And also still watching the equilibrium pattern on Bitcoin with that high, low, potentially lower high. We could see this pattern, we could see this tightening pattern play out for another week and a half. So we need to be prepared for that. And the daily time frame Ethereum's closer to a bull break, but it too is in this equilibrium pattern. And if we do pull back and start to form this higher low from here, we could drop down into the 260s and still watch this pattern tighten up for the next week or two. So we'll check back in tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you have a good night.